Alright, now we're on to the next part of this particular part of the lesson. This is still level 3, chapter 1. And now we're going to expand what we've done here, and we're going to make an additional 3 of these actual worksheets, and then we're going to link them all together into a summary worksheet. So this is the first quarter, right? So I'm going to go down to sheet 1 here, and I'm just going to label that. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to do QTR1. All right, QTR1. And now what I want to do is I want to duplicate this particular worksheet. So there's a variety of ways of doing this, but the easiest way I like to do this is I touch this here. So I'm touching the QTR1, right click, copy. And then it comes back and says, okay, within this worksheet here, this overall worksheet, the big one, I want to create a copy. And I want to move it to the end. And I'll show you how we move these things around in a bit. So I'm creating a copy. There we go. All right, so there it is, quarter 1. Now, in fact, what I want to do though is I want to make this the second quarter. So I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to type this as second. All right, so I don't get all mixed up as to which one's which. Second quarter. And then I'm going down here, I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to go QTR2. So quarter 2, just as a reminder. Now I will be changing those volumes, all right, the volumes, because we have that listed here, right, the volumes for Q2. So I'll edit that in a bit once we get all the actual worksheets ready to roll. So I'm going to do that again with quarter 2 or quarter 1, it doesn't matter. I'll just stick with quarter 1. Right click, copy. I'm going to create a copy, move it to the end, click OK. I'm going to do the last one, which is quarter 4, and then I'll do them all. I'll edit them at once. I'm going to right click, copy, move it to the end, create a copy, OK. And we'll do the summary one in the same way, but we'll do that later. This one here is now the third quarter, so change that to third. You see how I do that? Just double click on the word and it changes, it highlights the whole thing. And this has to be QTR3, so QTR3, and then this one here is going to be QTR4. So I'll edit the text first of all. Fourth quarter, so the last part of the year, and there's often the Christmas season with the highest volume, so QTR4 here. All right, so now I have 4 identical worksheets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this QTR1 closer to the QTR2 here. So I'm just going to hold it down. You see a little black arrow right here where I'm sort of pointing? Drag it over to lump it with the rest. So we got 3 now, or 4 worksheets here. All right, so next thing we want to do is we want to edit the volumes in the second quarter, because over here the marketing people have said that the volumes are going to be 1500, 1000, and 450. So for QTR2, it's geez, I've already forgotten. That's ridiculous, isn't it? 1500, 1000, and 450. See if you can remember that. 1500, what was it? 1000 and 450. And look how the worksheet changes and updates itself. All right, so for the second, let me just make sure I got the volumes right here. Yep, okay. You'll see now that the low priced one is actually the highest profit maker, whereas in the quarter 1 it was the medium priced one. Let's go to QTR3 where I have to change the volumes as I'm told. So 17, 11, and 480. Will he remember that? There, look, you're saying 1700, 1100, what was it? 480? 480. God, this getting old is no good. 1700, 1100, 480. Good. All right, you got it. And then quarter 4, we want to edit these volumes again. So the volume estimates are 25, 16, and 75. 25, 17, and you're going to laugh, I've already forgotten. Is it 75? 75. Enter. Is that true? 60, 25, 16, and 750. No, 16. God damn, 16. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. What happened in this particular scenario? Fourth quarter, the low price won again, 1780 or 178,000. All right. Now, how do we link all these together so that it turns out to be one summary worksheet that holds everything? Well, if you've never done Excel before, this is going to be magical. You're going to be so excited when you see this. What we're going to do here is I'm going to duplicate quarter 4. Right click, copy. I'm going to create a copy and move it to the end. Click OK. All right, so there it is there. So that's what I'm looking at right here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to call this here summary. So I'm just going to highlight this and type summary. So this is for the entire year, all 4 quarters. Okay. So all I have to do is basically add up the volumes here. Right? So all I have to do is add up the volumes, because once the volumes are in place for the entire year, then it will rattle through in terms of the costs and then ultimately the profitability. So how do I do that? All right, so rather than sitting here on the summary one, so I got to make this summary before I forget. Summary. What I want to do is I'm going to create a formula right here in C5. And here it goes. I'm going to go equals. I'm going to touch quarter 1, 1,000. All right. Now look at the top here, where the formula is being built. It's got a little equal sign, which is what we started with. It's got an apostrophe, meaning, and then it's got quarter 1, which is the worksheet, exclamation mark C5. Now what that means is within this summary worksheet, see how that's white and this is white? You're working with 2 worksheets at the same time here. It's all going to end up back in the summary on C5. But basically it says, in order to build the formula for C5 in the summary, go to worksheet or tab quarter 1, C5, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'm going to do plus sign, going to quarter 2 now, C5, plus quarter 3, C5, right? Plus quarter, you can guess it, quarter 4, C5. All right. So now I'm going to press enter, and it comes back to the summary worksheet here. What does the hashes mean? Well, my column's not quite wide enough, so there we go. $1 million. Everything else is readjusted because of the volume driving everything. And there's your profits, 478,000. And now with the magic of the black nubby, and because I'm not nailing down any C's, like I'm not putting dollar signs around anything, all I have to do is grab this nubby here, pull it over. All right, look at that now. It goes to quarter 1 D5, where it was C5 before. Remember, it's following a pattern. And then I pull the last one, pull it over, follows the pattern, and this time it looks at quarter 1 E5, quarter 2 E5, all the way across, and it pulls it. And so what an easy way now of consolidating, right? You'll see now that we have $478,000 as the overall profitability, and the conclusion from all of this is that we have got a price point now that gives us confidence that the highest profits are reached, and that would be $200. All right, so there. Now it's your turn. I'm now going to end this video, and you have to get on with an assignment. Thanks for watching.